Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this show. I'm your host, Dylan Bluedorn, and as we hop into the show, you know we always need guests, and I always bring the best of the best onto the show. And first and foremost, I know both these guys very personally, and they are great, great people. Starting it off, we have hailing from South Carolina by way of Brandon, South Dakota. I call him the mad scientist, Mr. Levi McKercher.
Y'all ready for this?
And to the left, another man hanging out in Phoenix, Arizona, by way of Brandon, South Dakota as well. My QB1 for life, Mr. Jake Como. How are we doing, gentlemen? How are we doing this morning? What is up, boys?
Hey, just glad to be in here, baby. Talk about some football.
Heck yeah, let's get right into it.
Talk about some football, the sport I love.
Heck
Hey man, I'm just blessed to be here, man. Another day, another dollar. Let's go.
Thank God.
Heck yeah. Well, we're gonna dive into some college football first, get it going, and then we'll get into our favorite topic, the NFL. Let's do it. Here we go. Let's talk about the college football playoff and kind of the landscape of college football right now. And I want to come into you, Jake, first on this. I want to ask you, who are your front runners to make the college football playoff, and who is the teams on the outside looking in? But who are your top four and potentially your top two to make the college football national championship game?
I've heard a lot of talk about Notre Dame, like, oh, they might creep back in right now. Like they're okay, they're good. No, they're a bunch of frauds. Forget Notre Dame. USC. They're in the Pac-12. I get it. Not a fucking great conference. Excuse me if I can't cuss, but not a great conference. Not a great conference for college football right now. You think the Big Ten, you think the SEC, Pac-12, kind of forgot about. USC, though, a little biased. I'm a USC fan. I'm a little biased. But you think about the coaching staff that they have. You have one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now, Caleb Williams. They have the highest turnover margin. Highest or lowest? I don't know how you would want to word that, but they have the most touchdowns compared to their turnovers right now. USC is going to make the playoffs.
They're going to beat Oregon. You think they're going to beat Oregon?
Right. They're going to beat Oregon. Oregon's sorry.
They're not going to beat UCLA this week.
Oregon's a bunch of frauds. USC is going to beat UCLA. UCLA is a bunch of frauds too. They fucking blew out ASU, and then ASU came back. ASU is a terrible team. USC has a great offense. They have, like I said, the turnover margin is number one in the country. Touchdowns to turnovers, they're number one in the country. Caleb Williams, Jordan Addison, he's been hurt, but Travis Dye, like, they have so many weapons in offense. The only weakness they have is their defense. They really haven't played anybody. I think their biggest test would be playing somebody in the SEC or Big Ten. But they really haven't played anybody. That's the only worry I have with USC. I think Georgia, Ohio State are good where they're ranked. They're very dominant teams, great offenses, great defenses. Tennessee might be one that I think might be a fraud. I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air with Tennessee. But to me, Tennessee, historically, they haven't been good in a long time. But whenever Alabama is bad, Tennessee's good. Whenever Tennessee is good, Alabama's bad. Alabama's pretty good this year, but so is Tennessee. I think I would bet on Nick Saban and the fucking Roll Tide.
They're out of it. They're done. They're gone. Unless they beat Georgia, they're done.
Dude, I don't know. Can't bet on.
They're not even like the SEC championship game right now.
That's like betting against Bill Belichick, man. You can't bet. It's tough to bet against Bill Belichick, man.
Yeah, but the cards aren't in their favor though, because LSU is ahead of them right now in the SC West, and Georgia's going to win the East. So it's Alabama may not even make the SC title game.
Georgia's going to win.
If LSU wins out, LSU's in the SC title game.
That's another team.
Alabama
a bunch
is
of frauds.
on the
I think
very,
LSU's
very
gotten
unless
lucky this year.
LSU runs the table, Bama's shot is gone. And even if they have the shot, they have to beat Georgia to even get in the chance to get in the playoff. Bama's on the outside looking in right now. I don't know. I am very, very skeptical of the Roll Tide Nation being able to make it.
I kind of compare this to last year's NFL season when everyone's like, oh, the Broncos are rolling right now. Hey, we're a bunch of freaking frauds, man. The Broncos were frauds.
Phonies.
Going into the year.
Fat phonies.
Right? Yeah,
But with your Trojans, though, my only knock on him, I love Lincoln Riley. I think he's one of the smartest offensive minds in the game.
Yep.
But he brought over – I've said this since day one of me being on a microphone talking – that he brought over the same defensive coordinator from Oklahoma, Alex Grinch, and
they
is
let
the
up
problem.
a lot of points.
He is the problem. They are the problem because if they do not get ahead in games, if they do not start out with a lead, they're in trouble. Especially if they get behind a Tennessee or a Georgia or an Alabama. If they even get a shot of trying to keep up with them, if they don't get ahead in the shootout early, their defense can't stop anybody.
That's the problem with USC. Like,
yeah,
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. USC has to score points in order to win.
They got to be
like
ahead.
Their defense
early.
their defense has played like not a lot of great teams this year, and they've let up a lot of points. But USC's got to score points, and Caleb Williams can score points. Travis Dye can score points. Jordan Addison can score points. They just got to stay healthy. But when it comes to like playing in the playoffs, when they got to face like a Big Ten team or SEC team, that's where it gets scary. I don't know.
Defenses are locked down, man. That's what the Big Ten prides itself on, man. Is low scoring games and holding the line.
Yeah.
Like it ain't a shootout when you play those types of teams. So I don't know.
USC on paper looks like one of the most electrifying teams in the country, but like Blue Dorn said, like their defense, that's the problem. They brought over the same fucking guys from Oklahoma. Oklahoma let up a lot of points last year.
That was their same problem then too. They can put up a ton of points.
Problem.
They're electric offensively. Lincoln Riley, in my eyes, is the king of the transfer portal, getting all of the studs with the USC. But he didn't fix their defense, and they don't have the right guy to coach their defense. That's the only issue. That's what I see. Let's move over on to the Big Ten here really quick, though. I want to get your guys' take on – it's not for a few weeks, but I don't know if hopefully I'll have you guys on again. But my question is Ohio State, Michigan. Who is your early favorite in that game? It's at Ohio State. It's the last game of the year. That game will decide, I think, everything in the Big Ten getting into the college football playoff. Who do you guys like in that one? It's a long ways away, but who are you kind of leaning towards early? I kind of think Michigan can do it again.
I think that's exact when, Jack Kuntos is over here talking USC. The only chance USC has this year is if Reggie Bush unretires. Get real, man. This is Michigan's year. This is Michigan's year, man.
Michigan.
They've got two quarterbacks that are capable. JJ McCarthy, handsome young gentleman. He's a baller. They got Blake Corum, right? He's running all over the Big Ten. I mean, they got a tough defense. I mean, I think this is Michigan's year, man. Michigan State came in here. The only chance they have to get in the media is kick the shit out of one of their players. That was fucked up. But I think Michigan I think Michigan is a real good, strong team. I can't wait for that game. The Big Ten West is weak, I mean,
might be the worst division in the Power 5. It might be.
I mean, whoever comes out of the Big Ten East is going to cakewalk the Big Ten championship.
Big Ten West.
Yeah,
sure.
Whoever comes out of the Big Ten East is going to cakewalk. I mean, I strongly believe that this is Michigan's year. Jim Harbaugh has everything to prove. The khaki commander himself. I think Michigan's going all the way right now. You guys mentioned some other teams, Tennessee. I don't think they're that great. I think they might even lose to South Carolina in 2 weeks, but that's a different conversation.
I think it comes down to whoever wins that Ohio State-Michigan game will be the representative. I hope both of them get in. I kind of hope TCU loses. Nothing against TCU, but I would love to see 2 SEC and 2 Big Ten get into the college football playoff and just have them play it out. I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Why do you hope the underdog loses? Like, why would you hope for TCU?
Because I want to have a Big Ten SEC showdown in the college football playoff. I want them both to play each other, and I want to see the best conference come out and see who it is, put up or shut up. Our best 2 versus their best 2. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean?
I mean, I didn't even know the Big 12 was a conference anymore after all these teams are trying to get out of there. Like, what's left?
They're about the Big 6
12,
at this point. They're about the Big 6.
More like the Big 5.5. Like, what the hell are they doing?
Right. Hey, that's big in my book. All right.
Yeah. Heard that.
I really like Michigan. I love Harbaugh, but CJ Stroud's a dog, man. I just don't see Michigan beating Ohio State. It's tough for me to see.
Hold on, you guys. I don't know the schedules well. Do they play
last game of the year, rivalry week?
Where's it at?
Yeah,
at Ohio State.
That's going to determine the.
That's even. I mean, if Michigan wins that, I mean, I'll be darned.
It was in the snow last year, and it's going to be the last game of the year. It's going to be a cold game game in Ohio. I don't know, man. That running game for Michigan is nasty. It's going to come down to J.J. McCarthy versus C.J. Stroud. That's where it gets up in the air.
That's where I think Ohio State wins. C.J. Stroud is just like the much better quarterback. Like he's that would. I feel like that right there, that like losing to Michigan in that game right there, if that's what it's going to take, that would kind of hurt Stroud.
Why do you guys think that it's going to come down to the QBs if it's cold and snowy weather? I think that's where the team that has the better run game has the advantage, and it's got to be Michigan, right?
I'm going to trust C.J. Stroud to lead the team more.
That's what I'm saying.
I still am pissed off that they benched Cade McNamara. Michigan.
Yeah.
All he did was go and
have
the biggest win in Harbaugh's career as a head coach. He was the guy who led the show, and they bring in some freshman to take his job who hasn't been that impressive.
Yeah.
They rushed for 300 yards a game.
Tough for McNamara. Yeah. That's tough, man. Like you got to stay in it and just like that's a tough situation. You got to I lost my position to a freshman, but you have to be there for your team. Like you have to be there.
That's where real
unless he's just going to be. That's what I'm saying. Unless he's just going to be like, screw it, I'm going to transfer. Like
the kid's got heart. All right, the kid's got heart.
Hell yeah, he does.
All right, Jake.
He's there. He's still there.
We've talked enough about it. Who is going to be in your top 4 college football playoff? Who do you got going to the end with everything that we talked about? Now, who's your college football playoff? Who's it going to be? If you have USC in there, I'm going to be like, what?
I got a top 5.
No, that's how it works? Oh, I didn't know that.
We have top 5 in the playoff.
I got a top 4 with an honorable mention.
Well, let's hear it.
Have said. It's just going to be pretty predictable. I got Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, and Tennessee. But I think it's probably not going to happen. If USC played Tennessee, USC is winning. I think USC is like right on the verge of being in that top 4. And I might be biased, but like, dude, Caleb Williams has been playing lights out this year, man. Like he's so hard to stop. But like again, like I keep coming back to, like they really haven't played anybody. But Caleb Williams, when he was with Oklahoma, he played a lot of really good teams, and he was a freshman. He had another year to get comfortable with like college football and Lincoln Riley's system. So I think I'm biased, but I think it's hard to count USC out right now.
Yeah.
I got Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, Tennessee right now. Top 4.
I got you. Well, my top 4 is this. I got Georgia in there. I think they're going to win the SEC. I hope Bama or Tennessee or one of them can LSU. One of them can sneak in the SEC title game and beat them. I hope so. Then I got Ohio State. The winner, Ohio State, Michigan. I hope Michigan wins, but I can't not take Ohio State at home. but I want Michigan in there. Then if TCU runs the table, they automatically will be that 3 seed because they're not going to have two Big Ten teams or two SEC teams play each other. So TCU will be the number 3 guy, and then it comes down to the loser of the Ohio State and Michigan game, and probably Tennessee. Unless Bama can sneak in there somehow and then beat Georgia, which I don't see that happening.
I like that.
So we look at the resume. Tennessee and Michigan, or Tennessee, Ohio State. It's the same thing in both arguments. And it's going to come down to who has the biggest win. And that by far is going to be Tennessee because they beat Alabama. Unfortunately, that's what it is. They beat Bama. They had the biggest win of the year so far than Georgia beating them. So Tennessee will be my 4th team getting in. Although I want both Big Ten teams in there, it's going to be Tennessee because of the biggest win. Yeah. So that's my top 4. Kirch, I know you like Georgia, you like the Big Ten. Who you got?
Love South Carolina.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler's a joke, but that's a different story. But Kirch, who do you think is going to win the thing outright, and who do you got in your championship game?
I think Georgia's strong this year. I think they're the clear number 1 right now, the favorite. Yeah, Alabama with their 2 losses, right, to Tennessee and LSU. I think right now they're on the outside looking in major. So see you later. Bryce Young's going to go into the draft, probably be a high pick, and then things get interesting for the old Crimson Tide. Like I said, I've been strong on Michigan. I feel strongly about that. They have a great opportunity to go into Ohio State and win a big game. Like Michigan won against Ohio State for the first time in a long time last year, correct? Granted,
but it was in the big house, yeah.
That's true. So I think that's going to be a great game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of Georgia, Michigan, perhaps title. That happened 2 years ago.
Destroys Michigan when that happens. Not destroys, but like I think they handled.
Was that 2 years ago? Georgia and Michigan played in the semifinal, I believe, and Michigan got ran out of town. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember very well.
No, it was because Bama played the other. Bama played Cincinnati.
It was, and Michigan didn't look great. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm just looking forward to some good football. I'm not high on Tennessee. Like I said, I think I alluded to something. We'll see. Maybe South Carolina gets kicked down the road, but I think that might be an upset alert. In Columbia, I'll be there. I'll be there cheering on.
It's not like you work for the university or anything. It's not like you work for the university or anything. All right, let's get it. I'm on college football. I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. Let's get on with it. Let's move on to the grown man sport, the big boy football. Let's move on to the NFL. And I'm coming to you, Jake. I want to hear it from you first. Who do you and when I'm the host of a show, I like to hear everybody guess power rankings in their top 5 in the NFL. I love hearing where people's head is at. I'm going to you, Jake. Who are your top 5 and who are your 2 honorable mentions on the outside looking in the NFL? Go 5 through 1.
My number 1 has got to be the Eagles.
Okay.
They're staying healthy. They're dominating every team they play. Not necessarily dominating, but they look damn good against every team they play.
Yeah, right.
Jalen Hurts is on fire. Defense is looking pretty good, too. Number 2, this may be a toss-up. I'm going to take the Bills right now, but Josh Allen, he's up in the air right now. We don't know if he's going to play next week, how many weeks he's going to be out. He's hurt right now. If he's out, who's their backup?
Case Keenum.
I thought it was Matt.
It's Case Keenum's the guy that's thinking about starting this week.
God, I thought it was Matt, not Matt
Case
Castle,
Keenum,
but the guy that played
the Minneapolis Miracle Man himself.
Matt Barkley.
Yeah, Mr.
Matt Barkley was in the. Yeah, I heard he was in the talks for backing him up.
Well,
Case
I think Keenum might have some injury problems too. That's why they're looking at somebody else as well.
I definitely heard Matt Barkley was in the mix, but if Case Keenum was in the mix, I mean, he brought him to the Minneapolis Miracle. So I mean, you can't count him out at that point. But like, Case Keenum he ain't no Josh Allen. Matt Barkley ain't no Josh Allen. So if Josh Allen is out, man, they're gonna hurt. Like Josh Allen, he scored like 80+% of their touchdowns this year.
Yeah, it's like 23 out of the 25 they've scored. He's been a part of.
So 90-some%. Like they are gonna hurt if he's out. But if he's healthy, I got them at number 2. I'm gonna take KC at number 3.
Yeah, I think we probably agree with that top 3.
I think they are a very beatable team, though. I think Chargers got them not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Like, Chargers always play them very well. KC is just a very beatable team, but it's just like you can never bet against KC. It's hard to bet against KC. Number 4, this might be a little surprise. I got the 49ers. 49ers got a good defense when they're healthy. They added Christian McCaffrey, and he's been playing absolutely lights out the last 2 weeks that he's played with them. Guy scored what? He accounted for 4 touchdowns last week. The week before that,
1 passing. That dude, he's electric.
3 rushing, 1 passing, something like that.
You got
like
the 4-4 49ers, the number 4 in the NFL. I like it.
With Shanahan's offense, with him calling the offense, you add another weapon like Christian McCaffrey, like there's endless opportunities, endless disguises. That's a hard offense to cover. Like that is so hard. You got Jimmy Garoppolo back there. Like he's a smart quarterback.
Sexiest man in the NFL.
Yeah, right there.
I don't know. Cliff Kingsbury's up there too, brother.
He's just a coach.
Well, Cardinals record don't show that, but 49ers are dangerous, man. I think they're really dangerous. And then number 5, I hate to say it. This pains me to say it, but yeah, I gotta say the Vikings, man.
Come on, baby. Skull.
It hurts me. It hurts me to say
Skull.
it.
Yeah.
Woo! I got 2 honorable mentions with / a third, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and be biased here. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to the Chargers. They are the second highest ranked team with the most injuries. Like they're the second most injury prone team in the league, and they're still hanging around. They're still banging wins out. They're 5-3.
Banging them out.
Joey Bosa should come back here in a couple weeks. Next week, 2 weeks, I don't know. Keenan Allen, he's missed damn near the whole season. He should come back. Mike Williams, if the Chargers can stay in contention, he'll come back at the end of the season. J.C. Jackson's out for the rest of the season. But if they can get some of their key players, Joey Bosa, Mike Will, and Keenan Allen back, they should make a serious run. And like I said, even without those players, they've missed like the best players on their team, and they're still in contention. They're 5-3, second place in the division, destroying the Broncos and the Raiders. They got to beat the Chiefs though. That's the biggest thing. So I'm gonna take the Chargers as an honorable mention, and then this is a tough one. I like the Jets and the Seahawks. Jets are a solid team, and the Seahawks. They are a very solid team. They have such a good run.
Man. Geno Smith, man, what a guy! Like he's good for him. Right?
I think. Oh yeah.
Right for Geno Smith, man. He's waited his turn.
Geno Smith,
I feel like he's been here forever, but good for him.
Geno!
I love that for Geno. Yeah, give a salute for Geno.
Yeah,
Geno Smith has been playing like he's freaking Peyton Manning. Like he's been playing so smart this year. Granted, they have like an incredible run offense, which definitely helps the passing game.
Yeah,
Kenneth Walker was a freaking steal too for them. I took Jamar Chase in like the 10th round last year in fantasy. That's what Kenneth Walker was this year. Yeah. Nobody expected Kenneth Walker to be like one of the best running backs in the game this year, but here he is. That guy's running all over the freaking field.
Yeah.
The Seahawks run offense is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, no, Kenneth Walker.
I think
probably
NFL,
rookie of the year. Oh no, you got Sauce Gardner, but
yeah,
dude. Yeah,
Hurts, who you got for your top 5, brother?
That's kind of why I wanted with the Jets, but the Chiefs or the Seahawks, man, like in today's day and age, like it's a passing game. Obviously, you have to pass the ball, and you have to have one of the best quarterbacks in the league if you want to win a Super Bowl. But you have to have a run game. You have to. You have to.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's hear from you, Coach.
I think you put together a nice list. I have some questions here and there. Starting with number 1, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, they're undefeated. They're a great team. Making the offseason move to get A.J. Brown. He's been playing out of his mind. He got fined for that little celebration where he pointed at 1 defender, 2 defenders. That ain't enough to guard him. Like, I love that. And then he apologizes for it. Like, we know you ain't sorry for that, brother. Like, that shit was awesome. So, and I just can't get enough of Jalen Hurts' story. He was doubted. He's been doubted everywhere he goes, and all he does is
one of the best one there is.
Oh, I mean, that's a cool hat if it said Philadelphia this year or something, because the Chargers ain't shit. But either way, so the Eagles are great. They're working hard and they're winning games. Number 2, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, how can you doubt them? They're a great team. Patrick Mahomes is electric. They always seem to play well when it matters most. So I think the Chiefs are good. Number 3, this is also biased. I got the Minnesota Vikings. And here's why. I know their strength of schedule isn't super elite, but they're winning close games. This is something that the Vikings never seem to do, right? They just would always lose those games that were close, and it was always the heartbreakers and stuff. But this year, they're finding a way to win.
Can I interrupt right here?
Kirk Cousins saying, "Turn my swag on." Took a look. I'm here to say, "What's up?" Yeah. Hey. So I'm really excited about Kirk Cousins. But yes, Jack Kuntos, I would love to hear what you got to say.
Let me interrupt here.
All right.
Vikings, one of the best teams in the league, went to Washington and played the sorry-ass commies.
They played bad to start, but they won the game.
They barely won against Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke's, I feel like, a pretty decent quarterback, but
those sorry commies.
You're one of the best.
Also, they're in the playoff hunt right now. They're a game away from being in the playoffs.
In one of the worst divisions of the league, you got the 3-5 Packers. No, not wrong.
What's they do with the Vikings? They're kicking ass. They're beating everybody.
Wrong division. But dude, the commies are sorry, man.
I understand, man, but sometimes those gritty, we gotta figure out a way to win. The way they turned it on. I mean, with defense, offense, I think they're starting to figure it out.
The NFC East might be the best.
I think they are, but I thought it was an embarrassing win for the Vikings.
I agree.
Almost lose to the.
Hey man, it don't matter. It don't matter if you win by a point or 20. It's a win.
In years past, they lose those games. The games they don't have it going. That's what the Vikings. That's the biggest thing.
Is that true though?
Yes. 100%.
100%.
100%. Every single last 3 years, we've been that team. We don't put it on, and we struggle for the first half of a game. In the second half, we lose it in the fourth quarter. That's what we do. It's what we've done for a long time. This year, in the fourth quarter,
what is different?
We're coming back from leads
what is
constantly.
This year?
Constantly coming back from leads.
Honestly, here, boys, I think I can summarize it. I don't know how this makes sense. We hire a new offensive head coach, and somehow our defense has been winning games. The fact that I think it was against the Commanders, right? We get a sack to win the game, right? The clock runs out.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that was never happening. It's seeming to click on all cylinders, and I'm excited as a fan. I don't want to overstate it. They've got a ways to go, but the Vikings look good right now. They have the weapons. They have the fire. They're going to clear-cut win the division, right? So I think that was something that set them back for a while is they weren't playing at home. But you get in Minnesota, you get that freaking Viking horn. You get that you get that thing rattling. Those people saying skull, those $8 Miller Lights flowing. People in Minnesota are getting fired up. So I'm stoked about the Vikings, and I think it's we got a great opportunity to see this week against the Bills. We will see what they're made of. I might be eating my words, or I might be eating Thanksgiving dinner.
You better hope Josh Allen is hurt.
Yeah, you're damn right I do. So yeah.
So should half the league.
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, I got the Vikings.
No, you want to play if you're a contender, you want to play against the best teams.
Yeah,
if the Chargers
playoffs,
play the
I want
Chiefs,
to play them.
I want the Chiefs fully loaded.
A win's a win, bro. We're trying to win that division.
Yeah.
I know,
exactly.
But
I gotta keep going on this list before I forget.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 4, I got the Buffalo Bills. And that the only reason I have slid them further than some of the teams I've mentioned is because of the news about Josh Allen, right? Like with the UCL, he might be, I mean, you guys already talked about it. The amount of touchdowns he's accounting for. Without him, they are in trouble. Like Case Keenum, he's not a scrub, right? But like they're not elite without Josh Allen. And I have a lot of respect for him and them adding Von Miller. I mean, they have a great team. I love Stephon Diggs, but I think they're really dependent on Josh Allen, and I wish the best for him. But for that reason alone, right now, I put them below the Vikings and the Chiefs. So got to clear that up. And then number 5, I got the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Yeah,
their defense is strong. Their offense is good. The only thing I have to say is their receivers need to step up. I mean, good gosh, CeeDee Lamb is so talented. Michael Gallup had a great year last year. Like, if those guys can come up big and Dak can throw the ball well, like they have it all right now. And I know
that's all they
need, them, and they're excited. So
that's all they need. I think
they're poised.
Their run game's so strong.
They're in a tough division, so they do have some big games coming up. They got the Philadelphia game at home, which obviously everyone's going to be watching that one. The Giants, you know, who can speculate here and there, who knows? But I think Dallas has a good team, but somehow they always sabotage themselves. So I'm watching them. And then real quick, and then I'll let you – I want to hear your thoughts, Blue. But honorable mentions would be silly to not mention the Dolphins. Yep. Tua Tagovailoa, great player. You know, that was weird with all of his concussion stuff, but he seems to be healthy. They have great explosive weapons. Adding Bradley Chubb, I mean, what a great move. I mean, what a – man, I can't believe Denver let him go, but they had to. So the Dolphins are definitely on my radar. I'll be interested to see, though, as the Dolphins start playing other teams up further north in the cold weather. That's where things get interesting. And then I like the 49ers, as you mentioned, and then I also would like to mention the Titans and Jets. Like, those are teams that I don't expect to make big waves, but you never know. Like, the NFL is – everyone says, right? In the NFL, it's hard to win games. And so anything can happen, but, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm excited where the league is at. I think with some of the trades and moves, like this league is shook up. So, yeah.
Fair enough. My list's a lot closer to Kirch's than Jake's because people are smart where we're from. We're all from the same place. But when you're a Vikings fan, you just know more. So that's what I'm going to get at. All right. So let's move on here. Let me give you mine. My top 3, Eagles 1, Bills 2, Kansas City 3. I still have until Josh Allen until we see what they are without him. I'm not going to move them down. Yes, they lost to the Jets last week, but the Jets are a surging team. They're right in the mix. They're a good team. I'm not going to count that against the Bills.
Hard to bet on.
They're a good team. All right, this is where it matters now. 4 through 7 is where things get interesting. At number 4, controversially, I'm putting the team that I think right now, if they really do figure it out, can be the best one. I have the Dallas Cowboys, number 4 in the league right now. I have them for sure. If they figure it out, their run game, what we learned is when Dak took a step but got hurt, he was out. They figured out how to run the ball and win the game without having Dak having to throw it 40 times a game. They learned how to do that. Mike McCarthy switched it up, and they figured it out. Now that Dak's back, you've seen it already in their game, in their installs so far. He hasn't thrown the ball 90 times a game like they were at the beginning of the year. They have not been one-dimensional. They're figuring it out. They're getting Tony Pollard and Zeke involved. I like them to – that's what I got them for right now. Number 5.
I think – real quick. Yeah. I think this is their hot spot because Tony Pollard's stock is rising, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Zeke is dwindling and Tony Pollard is rising, and he's going to demand a check, right? Like after – I don't know what his contract situation is like, but like pretty soon they're going to have to pay him or they're going to lose him. So like I think they have that perfect balance between the power with Zeke and the finesse with Tony Pollard. And so they have a nice sweet spot. They just got to figure out how to use them, and I think they have. So yeah.
No, absolutely. Number 5, you already know, Skull Nation, Vikings all the way. Number 5, had to put them in there until they get beat. We'll find out how true they are this week. We'll find out. The last tough game on the road they had to play, was the Eagles, and they didn't look very good. I'm not going to. That was week 2 though, and
only one loss.
This is where we can. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they look like. We've already talked about them. I like them. I think they're figuring it out, and we have not seen the best this team can play yet. And they're 7-1, and they have not put a complete game together yet. I don't think at all. So that's pretty encouraging, no matter what that sorry Chargers fan in the corner is saying. But I'm going to go ahead and in my 2 honorable mentions, the one you're going to think you're probably like, what the heck? And that's the Baltimore Ravens. Let me tell you why. Yes, they aren't looking the best right now, but they have 3 losses this year. And here's the 3 losses. The Miami Dolphins, who were a good team, and they were winning the game the whole time. And then Tua did his thing, came back and brought him back. The Giants, who are a Verge team that looks pretty darn good. They can put it together. And then this team, I believe it is I think it's the Bill. Yeah, and then they lost to the Buffalo Bills. That's their only 3 losses on the year. I had to look up to make sure. But, yeah, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I can't put out fake news out there.
Fake news.
Anyway, what I'm going to say is those are their 3 losses, and in every game they've done enough to win. I think they're very similar to the Vikings in that they haven't seen their best game yet, and they're still in the hunt and winning their division. So I got them on the outside looking in, and then I got the Miami Dolphins right after that because when we watched the game, Jake, when Tua and them guys were the one prime thing I watched the first couple drives together, and he was bang, 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 touchdown. He looked incredible when they're firing their weapons, and if he can play like he has been, they are a scary football team. I got them and as my other honorable mention. And now, just so we get it in there, I'm going to let Kirch take over the next part of this show. He had a segment in mind that he wanted to get to. I'm going to let Kirch take it over. What do you got for us?
Oh, yeah, baby. This is show time. All right, boys. This is my chance. I thought I needed to put together a little segment for the Fan Cave podcast for our viewers out there. And so this right here is called Blues Clues. I know you guys have all seen Blues Clues, this show. So basically the way we're going to do this is I've got 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 NFL players. And I'm going to introduce clues one at a time and see just how knowledgeable my boys here are about who this might be. Okay? This is a little sleuthing we got to do here. All right. So we're going to start with player number 1, right? This is an NFL player.
You got to go easiest to hardest.
And it goes, of course, like they all do, from easiest question or like easiest clues, or no, sorry. From the most general clues to the more specific. All right? So we're starting with player number 1. All right, boys. And you guys can both try to figure this one out. This player went to college at Michigan State. He was drafted in 2000, 8th overall.
Plaxico Burress.
Holy shit, Blue Dog.
Bang, let's go, boys. Come on.
Plaxico Burress.
I know my NFL trivia, boys. Let's go.
We're going to say he shot himself in the leg or something? What was the next question?
Well, that really stole my thunder. Yeah, so my next
why don't you let him like ask all the questions before you answer?
No, that's
you know, Jake.
All right.
No. Let him. Let's get a fair trade here, man. Let him ask all the questions.
All right, I'll hold it back for the next couple.
I can't believe that. All right, well, yeah, this man was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He also caught the game-winning touchdown for the New York Football Giants to beat the undefeated New England Patriots in Super Bowl 42. But most notoriously, he did shoot himself in his own leg. It is Plaxico Burress. Damn, Schwink. All right.
Hey, when you're good, you're good.
Well, if that's any indication, then this fucking little show is shit. But all right, we'll try. Let's try number 2. All right, why don't we? All right, so player number 2. He went to college at Ole Mississippi. He was drafted in 2016.
Ooh. Can I guess?
Mm-hmm.
DK Metcalf.
It's not DK Metcalf, and no Googling over there, mister. Mr. Computer Man.
All Jake, go ahead.
Freeze in the name of the law. All right.
No,
so
I want to hear the rest of
Ole Miss and was drafted in 2016. All right. So this man is he made first team All Pro in 2019, and he's a 2-time Pro Bowler in 2019 and 2020.
I'll let you get first guess, Jake.
Damn, that is not who I was gonna guess.
Ole Miss, 2-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, take away my guess too. Let me think about it for a minute here because I think the next one's gonna get easier.
I was gonna say Laquan Treadwell, but
I know that's what we were all thinking. That's what we were all thinking. That's what I was thinking.
It pains me to say, but he didn't make no goddamn Pro Bowl here.
He was first team all sandpaper hands. That's what he was.
Can you teach me to football?
Ole Miss.
All right, I gotta think Ole Miss.
OJ Howard.
No. All right.
OJ Howard went to Bama.
All right. So clue number 3.
Man, I don't think he went to Ole Miss.
All right. So this man, Ole Miss, drafted in 2016, 2-time Pro Bowler. Clue number 3. He played for the Miami Dolphins and now currently plays for the Houston Texans. Yeehaw!
This one might stump me. Let me think about it.
I don't know.
I'll get this. Let me think of it.
I can't believe you got Plaxico Burress so quick.
I don't know who the fuck plays for the Texans. I don't even watch the Texans.
I know my favorite shooters.
Primetime TV.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Offense.
All right. The last clue will 100% give it away. And then it will also probably.
No, I know. I got it. Can I say it?
Yep.
Laramie Tunsil.
Woohoo! It is Laramie Tunsil, baby. Clue number 4. Video was released of him smoking from a gas mask 10 minutes before the draft. Man was high as hell.
Good call, Blue.
Nice one.
I didn't know he was still playing for the Texans.
Apparently at a high level, too.
Yeah.
You haven't heard of his name since he came out the draft. Like,
what do you mean? He's a great player.
About him.
For the Dolphins, he was the real deal.
Yeah, he was legit.
You turn on ESPN, bro. ESPN ain't talking about Laramie.
Oh, well, how many? Hey. How many offensive linemen are they talking about there, Jack Kuntos? Not too damn many.
Chelsea with the Eagles. They're talking about a lot.
Jeff Saturday, he's a head coach now.
Yeah, Jeff Saturday.
Okay, there's 2.
Jason Kelsey.
2 out of 150.
We're talking about the Pouncey twins, or one of them.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying.
They retired.
Laramie Tunsil seems cool, and I'm happy that shit worked out for him because, that was a tough look. That was bad.
Yeah, that was a tough look.
Anyway, all right. Player number 3, the 3rd out of 3. I think, how about this? I think, Blue, you might have to maybe reserve yourself. Because I want to question Jack Kuntos here. Because I know you know this one, baby. All right. So I'm
giving you 2 clues, Jake. If you can't get in the first 2 clues and I know it, I'm jumping in.
All right. I think we can get behind that. All right. So this player played college at the University of Central Florida and was drafted in 1999.
I know it. I actually already know it. I'm going to hold off, and I know who it is, and I can't say
I knew you might.
I already know it.
Continue.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna give an informal clue just because I know that Schwick knows.
I need all my hints.
Yeah, baby. All right, hold on. Sorry, I dropped my paper. All right. So, went to college at UCF and was drafted in 1999. All right, clue number 2.
Baby. I know it.
He holds Vikings team records for single-season yards, passer rating, and touchdowns. His passing yards were 4,717. His touchdowns were 39. And his passer rating was 110.9. Whoa. 110.9. Let me know if you need to repeat them.
I think I already got somebody in my head, but I want to hear the next one. I could guess right. I think I can guess right now, but I don't want to embarrass myself. So.
Well, I mean, the last clue is the proof is in the pudding.
I want it on record. I knew it after the first one.
I believe that. Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. All right,
Jake,
Dante Culpepper.
There you go. I was waiting for you to
Dante
get it. Yeah,
Culpepper.
come on.
Yeah. So the last clue, for those who aren't aware, this man participated in the infamous Minnesota Love Boat scandal in 2005, where at least 50 strippers/prostitutes were invited to a party with at least 17 Vikings players. Let's go, baby.
Heck yeah.
Thank you guys for playing. I'm impressed. The more you know.
Heck yeah. Well,
Now
thank
you
you,
know.
Kirch. That was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. We'll have more to come on that. I might make that a segment for my trivia. I might call it that. Either that or I'll call it Blue Chews, one of the two, but we'll see.
You gotta get a sponsorship before that.
Heck yeah, dude. All right, let's move on. Let's keep it going. I have a segment for you guys as well before we hop off here. I want to ask you. I did this a long time ago, and I want to bring the segment back. We're gonna do playoff contenders or pretenders.
Yeah, I like this one.
In the NFL, we're gonna get to it. I got a list of teams for you, and I'm gonna get you guys' take on what you guys think. If they're real playoff contenders or they're gone.
We lost Como.
And
He's
Jack Kunto.
No, I'm here, bitch.
He's done.
No, I'm here.
Your camera's not there, bud.
No, here we are.
All right, let's hear it. Pretender, contender.
The first team. Let's start off with them. This man has it on. He has the jersey on right now. The Los Angeles Chargers. Kirch, I'm going to you first, and then we'll get Jake's your take on: are they a playoff contender or a pretender? The Los Angeles Chargers.
All right. Well, I'm going to be completely honest. I have not seen a lot of the Chargers, so I can't say for sure.
You look like their quarterback, so.
I mean, oh, yeah, because I got that nice, that was bad, but I got that nice flow. I like the Chargers. I like Justin Herbert. People are very high on him. I feel like their ceiling is very high. I feel like they've underperformed slightly. I think are they in the division with the Chiefs?
Chiefs, Raiders, and the Broncos.
So realistically, they're playing for
both teams are sorry.
They're playing for the wild card, but I think they have potential. They got one of the Bosa brothers, right? Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right now they're sitting.
Joey.
They have Joey.
Oh, sorry.
Now they're sitting at the second wild card spot. They have the second wild card spot right now.
Okay, I mean, I think they're electric. Okay, like I said, I don't really know that much about them. How are they playing on the road? Because they won't have home.
They're winning on the road. They're winning.
Okay, so I mean, I think that plays in their favor. Honestly, I'm gonna push this to Jack Kuntos because I think he has their biggest issue is their injuries. They're the most injury prone team in the league, and it's not close. They do have hella good receivers. You gave us that stat earlier. Thanks, Jake. But Keenan Allen's a baller. Mike Williams is also a baller. So yeah, let's hear it. I don't fucking know.
Right now, how the Chargers have been playing, I think they're fucking terrible. They've just been out of nowhere, just sneaking wins out. But
double fumbles.
Their best players have gotten injured at the beginning of the season. And you want your team to play the best football.
Hey, Jake, I can't see your face, bro.
It's like someone's talking and I can't tell who.
Am I too close? Got
the headless horseman over here doing his thing.
The Chargers, Joey Bosa got hurt at the beginning of the season. Keenan Allen got hurt at the beginning of the season. Mike Williams, he's up in the air. He got hurt like 2 weeks ago, so that's kind of sketchy. But I don't think he's going to miss the entire season. Keenan Allen and Joey Bosa, big playmakers. If they can get healthy by the time it really counts, if Chargers can hang in there, just like the Cowboys did when Dak Prescott was hurt, if the Chargers can just sneak wins out, just barely against good teams or bad teams, doesn't matter. Win's a win. If they can do that and they get Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa back, I think they can make a serious run. They always play the Chiefs very well. That's the only competition for them to get into the playoffs. And regardless, if they lose to the Chiefs again, they can still get a wild card. So I think the Chargers are in a really good position right now. I don't think they lose against the Raiders or the Broncos. It's tough to beat a team twice in a year. But, I think the Chargers are in a really good position right now. I'm not super hopeful for the Chargers because the Chargers will charge. Chargers are the Chargers. They just every single year, man, they disappoint you. But I stay hopeful. I think the Chargers make the playoffs, but I don't know. I'm not going to shit on the Chargers. I think the Chargers make the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, you got to speak it in existence. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Those Chargers can charge. All right, here we go.
They always do charge.
There we go. The next team, their record is not very good, but their division, they're right in the hunt. We're sticking in LA. We're going with the Los Angeles Rams, the defending Super Bowl champions at 3-5, but they're tied for second in their division right now. No, they're tied for third, but they're sitting right in the hunt, a game or two back from the division standing.
Can you remind me? Hold on. Can you remind me who's in that division? Because it's San Fran.
Seahawks leading it. San Fran second. Rams are right behind them, and the Cardinals are like 3-6.
Oh, that's a tough division, man. Yeah. Like everyone was super high on all those teams, and I feel like they're all under. Aside from the Seahawks, they're all underperforming.
Seahawks are winning the division. Every single person preseason had them being the worst team in the NFL, and now they're winning their division in the division, the best division in the NFL.
I think it's a runaway. It's between the Seahawks and the Niners. I don't think the Rams and the Cardinals have a chance. I really don't. I think if you watch the Hard Knocks with the Cardinals the other night, dude,
they make Cliff look like terrible on it.
Really?
Not even Cliff, man. Like players are arguing with each other, man. Like D-Hop comes to the sidelines, like, "What the hell are you looking at?" One, like he's arguing with QB1. Like that's a tough one. I don't think the Cardinals come out of it. I really don't think the Rams come out of it. The Rams cannot protect Matt Stafford, and his only target is Cooper Kupp. Like, take Cooper Kupp out the game, like you win every game. The Rams' defense is great, but you cannot, like, if you can't score points in today's NFL, you cannot win games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, especially with Niners can score points. The Seahawks can score points. They've proven it. Rams don't win that. Rams don't make the playoffs, in my opinion.
It doesn't make sense to me how the Cardinals are not winning games. Like they have the roster. They have the team.
Dude,
they've added people.
It's number one.
It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's so strange. I don't know if it's Kyler Murray's like immaturity. I mean, you can't put it together.
if you look at the last couple of weeks, the last 3 weeks, he's notably publicly been arguing with somebody who's a prominence on his team.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
He's causing issues. I mean, I don't want to speculate too much because I'm not. I mean, I'm in Arizona, but I'm not in the stadium.
You're not in the huddle. Yeah.
I thought, dude, Blue Dart, I thought you were a consultant to the team. Like, you're telling me that you got fired or what?
No. I'm moving on to greener pastures. All right.
I really when I think about the Cardinals, I really don't think it's Cliff's. I don't think it has anything to do with Cliff.
No, I think it's number one.
I think he's a great coach, dude. I think it's Kyler Murray. I just don't think he's locked in. Like, video games aside, man, I just don't think he's a great leader. I don't know, man. Like you see all these mic'd ups. Like the NFL comes out with all these mic'd ups with every game in the league. They come out with a 30-minute video, and it's just every time I see Kyler, when they're losing, it's just like I wouldn't want to play for a guy like that. He just doesn't seem to motivate and just rally his teammates.
Yo, I've got something to say. Can you imagine, like, I don't know what the Cardinals franchise is worth, a couple billion or whatever, but can you imagine putting the stake of your franchise on someone that is like 23 or 22? I mean, he's so young.
That's tough.
It's unfathomable, right? Like, what are we all, 25
but
or 26?
But it's not out of the question because you look at Joe
Yeah,
Burrow.
I mean, there's
You look at Patrick Mahomes.
Every team does it in the draft.
Herbert,
every team does it. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
That's kind of where the NFL is trending. But I mean, it just seems shocking. But yeah,
right.
It's crazy. Shit's crazy.
No
you
doubt.
have to put your money on a quarterback, and that's what they did. But I don't think that was the right decision. Like, how can you put $48 million on a quarterback that you had to question that watched film? Like, that's tough to do. That's a tough decision, man.
They need to.
And it's showing off this year.
They need to take the Jamarcus Russell approach and send him a blank tape and see what he says.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely. No, but with the Rams, I think 100% they will not make the playoffs. They're sitting 10th
I don't think so either.
in the NFC right now. I don't think they have a shot. I think they're the third team outside of the playoff picture, and there's 8 teams that get in. So I mean, it tells you enough about it right there, or 11th, whatever they're sitting at. I don't know, but yeah,
is that not crazy that the 2 teams that made it to the Super Bowl last year are just not looking very good this year?
Hey,
realistically,
I think that's exciting. To me, that's exciting. It says that the NFL there's a lot of teams that can win it, right? It's less predictable and there's a little bit more turnover. I think that's good.
But I think the Bengals are in much better shape than the Rams are, no question.
Definitely, they're picking up steam, 100%.
No, absolutely. I think they're brewing for something special. I think it's them, and obviously it's them or the Ravens to run the show. And I think that the Bengals are right in it. I think they're sitting at 9th right now out of the 8 teams that can get in the AFC. They're right on the hunt. They're the one next team in the hunt in the AFC. So I think they're right there.
100%.
And if Joe Mixon keeps doing what he did last week, look out.
What do we think the Bills do if the Bills don't make it to the Super Bowl this year? Like, they've been banking on Josh Allen making it to the Super Bowl for the past 2-3 years. If they don't, obviously you're not going to get rid of him.
I don't think you can blame him. They added Von Miller.
What do you do? Like, they've been a dominant team the past 3 years. Like, what else do you do?
But he's only gotten
They've
better.
Had a great defense. Though.
We got to think I know. He's only been in the league for 3 or 4 years.
I don't think you can.
What else?
You got to ride with him. You got to keep giving him those chances.
I don't think you can. No, hold on. I don't think you can put together a better roster. I think you just keep throwing your hat in the ring. You know, at one point it's got to happen, right? I mean, they've got certified.
You can't just bet on it happening. Like, you have to.
But they added the right pieces. They made the right moves. Like, I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I think
they just lost to the Jets.
Hold on. This just came to me. So that, the crazy game last year, that was at Kansas City, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So they need to have that at home. I mean, if your team is perfect, or quote, no team's perfect, but if they put together the roster they like, then you have to have home field advantage. I think that was what did them, right?
If they had their full strength, though, this year, they wouldn't lose a game.
Yeah.
They have so many. Their secondary's got injuries. Yeah. If they're full strength, look out.
Yeah.
But tentatively, you could say that about the Chargers, too. You can't just say, if they didn't have these injuries, they could have fucking went 16-0. It's tough.
But they're at least in their division, and they're still kicking butt.
In the league. I know, but they lost to the Jets.
The Jets are 6-2.
6-3. But the Jets are the Jets. The past 20 years, the Jets are the Jets. Jets have to finish the season strong to prove to anybody, in my opinion.
Do you think the Jets are a playoff team, Jake?
I don't know. It's too to me. It's just I can't. I'm not going to bet on the Jets, but I think they're a good team right now. But I'm not going to fucking bet on the Jets. The past 20 years, man, they've proven who they are. Prove to me who you are. That's
just did last week, so we'll see.
Heard. All right, you got any more contender pretenders? Or
I got a whole list of them here. I'll do a couple more.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to ask you one more team, and that team is the New York Giants, tied for second in the NFC East right now. But then I'm going to ask you one more after that. So New York Giants, what do you think, Kurt?
I think their strength of schedule wasn't very strong, if I'm recalling correctly. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I think he's all right, but I don't think he's a stud. I like Saquon Barkley. The receiver core is like strongly depleted. Like Richie James, I mean, they've had some people step up, which is pretty cool. I do have to put a plug in. I really like Wan'Dale Robinson, probably because he was at the University of Nebraska, my alma mater. But I just want to say, like, I'm really hoping
me too, kind of.
for him. Yeah, true. Kayvon Thibodeau is a dog, but like, I don't know, man. I don't think the Giants are really that strong. I mean, I like they need something to turn around, so I hope they do well. But I don't really feel that strongly about them, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's tough because they're these teams that are in the mix and they're very, very like they're kicking their. I mean, they're overperforming what we thought for sure. But will it keep going? We don't know. But they have beaten some good teams.
What?
Who do you think out of them and the Jets is the better team?
Oh man, that's tough.
Is there a neither? Is there a neither?
Dude, they're both 6-3.
That's tough. I know that's tough to decide between. I think Daboll wins Coach of the Year.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But man, like the Jets, man, you think Sauce Gardner, like, oh.
Can I ask a question real quick?
I think the Jets have better defense, but
of course not. Why would you think you can say anything on the show?
Why is no one talking about Kevin O'Connell for Coach of the Year or Kevin O'Donnell? What's his name? I don't know, man. I've been drinking,
but he's a contender. Like I don't think
he's doing well. But anyway,
Giants were.
Nick Sirianni should win Coach of the Year.
You think?
Ooh, that's another contender.
Well, I guess
I don't think he wins. I think Dable
never lost.
Front runner. Like I think Dable's like number one.
That's got to be true.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Hard to
vote against Dable.
Bloodard, can you help me out?
If the Giants lose the rest of the games, like to throw Sirianni.
It's Kevin O'Connell, right? Or
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. Okay, I just got to get that straight.
Kevin O'Connell.
Okay.
All right.
Kevin O'Colonial.
Colonial life.
All right.
Insurance,
well,
baby.
we don't have enough time to pick the games, so I'm going to make up my own game to end it. If you got to go, Kurt, you got like 15 minutes?
I got time.
All right. My favorite game, I have to end it with this game. I want to test y'all's history. I'm going to give you a history lesson and see if you guys know your college football.
I might.
My favorite game.
I got an ender for you.
Guess their college.
Okay, yep.
But before we do that, do you guys have anything you want to tie into on the NFL stuff before we get into it?
I just have one. Hold on. I have one quick question.
Yeah, shut up, Jake.
Shut up, Tomo. But my question is, what do you guys think of the Cleveland Browns? There's a lot going on. Like they're winning some close games. They just beat the Bengals not that long ago. Deshaun Watson's coming. I mean, it's just I don't even know their record, but I feel like it's questionable where they're going forward.
They got 3 wins, don't they?
Okay, so they're not doing very well, but Nick Chubb is a beast. They have Myles they have the guys. Like is Deshaun Watson coming back gonna be enough to
no, definitely not. Definitely not. The guy hasn't played in 2 years.
So that was a dumb question. Okay, but
you're good. No, you're good because it's legitimate. Like it's a real thing. But one, they're too far. They're too far behind, and two, like I don't see them passing the Bengals or the Ravens. I don't see that.
Yeah, it's a tough division. That's
and
true.
Also,
it's a tough division.
And I also don't
beat
see
the Steelers.
Well, yeah, the Steelers are tanking. They're tanking for C.J. Stroud, but. But no, here's my thing though. The Browns are interesting in the fact that they have all this hype with Deshaun Watson potentially coming back. But Deshaun Watson hasn't played a down of football outside of preseason football.
He's still going to be good, man. He's going to be good.
But it's going to take him a couple. It's going to take him a couple of weeks. I really think. And guess what?
I don't think so.
It's week 12 when he comes back. Like he's got 5 weeks to figure it out.
He's good,
bro. Levi, come on.
Dude, he's going to be so fucking loose, dude. I mean, Jesus. I mean, he's going to be loose, dude.
The guy hasn't played in 2 years. There's a big difference between practice and an actual game.
But think how many massages he's had. Like he's in the best shape of his life.
He's gonna be loose, dude.
Is he though? Like he was probably just as good a shape as he was when he was playing.
I don't know. Ask Mia Khalifa.
Alright. Hey, ask Jimmy Garoppolo how that direction goes.
I know, but yeah, no.
Okay.
Wait, go ahead, Jake.
My question was going to be my NFL question until we went to your question, Blue Run.
Sorry.
Who wins Sunday night? Chargers or the Niners? Good game.
Where's it at?
Who's got home field?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
All right.
On my phone.
Sorry to do this, boys, but I'll be right back in 1 minute.
You're good. It's in San Francisco. I got Frisco at home for sure.
You got Frisco?
Because they're weapons. They're healthy and they got weapons.
I know.
The Chargers aren't healthy.
Chargers play everybody.
And you said it yourself. Tight. Their offense is Austin Eckler, and then Austin Eckler.
It is. It's all Eckler. It's all Eckler.
They need to bring back that 43 on your chest.
I will not come out here publicly and say that the Chargers are going to lose, but I do not feel good about the game. I'll say that.
You can come out publicly if you want.
I'm not going to come out publicly against my Chargers and say the Chargers are going to lose, but that's a tough game. And the Chargers just got flexed for the next Sunday night right after that.
Yeah, they did. They did, yeah.
So the Chargers Chiefs, right after they play the Niners, they got to go back to back Sunday night games, play the Niners, then they play the Chiefs. So, dude, if the Chargers come out and they beat the Niners, they're going to go to 6-3. They'll meet. Chiefs are 5-2, 6-2, 6-3. I think they have 2 losses. I
can tell you.
If the Chargers come out and beat the Niners, that is going to put the Chargers in a really good position.
Yeah, right.
And if they come back, Chargers always play the Chiefs very well. They've in the past, since Herbert's been a quarterback for the Chargers have gone 1-1 against the Chiefs every year. If the Chargers come out and beat the Chiefs too, that's going to put the Chargers in a very good position.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll be 7-3.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. But I got the 49ers at home, man. They're just healthy. They're not only are they healthy, but they're grabbing guys off of bad teams to come play football for them. Mm-hmm. They're going to grab Rudy to be their closer.
Rudy. Win one for the Gipper, San Francisco.
The Chargers got Dicker the kicker, though. So he'll knock one down for the win.
Yeah, well, they also have J.K. Scott at punter.
15.
J.K. Scott.
All
right. Let's dive
into. All right,
what
do you got, Blower?
All right, we're gonna do Guess the College. This is my favorite game. We're gonna end it, and I have a whole master list of names. I'm just gonna bounce around and give them to you. The first one is for Kirch, and if you don't get it, Jake, you can steal. We'll just bounce around. The first one. We're starting off with an easy one. Where did Blake Bortles go to college?
Oh, shit.
Jake, you can steal if he doesn't get it.
For some reason, my mind is drawing me to Florida.
But is that your
guess? One
is
a Florida school. Not Florida, but like a Florida school. But
okay. I need to know what you think it is.
I have no idea.
Well, just throw out a guess.
Kansas State Mental Institution.
Come on, give me a real guess.
I don't know, dude. I have no idea.
Well, you trust your instinct and pick one.
All right, then. University of Florida?
No, Jake.
UCF.
UCF it is.
Damn it, I was close. Shit.
I know. That's why I was like, just say one. All right, 1-0 Jake. Jake, coming to you. Let me see here. Oh, here we go.
Oh, you're gonna give me a hard one though. Huh?
The 30-year-old rookie quarterback. He was like 28 when he was a rookie. Brandon Weeden.
Oh, I know this one, boys. Yee-hoo!
Are you asking me what college he went to?
I think that
No,
was
I'm asking you who his girlfriend is. Of course I'm asking you.
Well, you didn't say. You just said Brandon Weeden.
Well, the thing is, guess their college.
Bird.
I know it's an Orange and Black school. It's either Oregon State or Oklahoma State. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State.
It is Oklahoma State.
Fuck.
2-0. Kirch is getting beat. Here we go.
Shoot.
Kirch, coming back to you. This guy got drafted in the 4th round, bounced around as a backup all over the NFL. Going with Connor Cook.
Michigan State all
Michigan
day,
State.
every day.
Michigan State.
All right. 2-1.
I knew that one too.
2-1. Jake, coming to you. Another pretty easy one. Quarterback to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for quite a while. Josh Freeman.
I know that one too, baby.
Will you get it right, or can
Virginia
Kirk tie it up? What?
Not
Virginia.
even close, jackass.
It's not Virginia.
Fuck.
Kirk to tie it
Kansas
up.
State.
Kansas State Prison. For
Wildcats.
Coach Snyder.
Why did I think you went to Virginia?
No shit, Coach Snyder.
I thought I had that on lock, man. I thought it was.
Yeah,
Virginia
well, that
for
wasn't
sure.
very good guess. So good try, jackass.
2-2.
All right,
bitch.
I gotta find my list. I pulled up the wrong one. Hey, hold on here. Let me see.
Hey, go Bolts.
Go Bolts. Let me see here. Put in some filler, boys. Talk for a minute.
Well,
How about them fucking eyeliners under your? You put on makeup nowadays, huh?
nah, dude, it's fucking really bright out here in South Carolina. I didn't
All
want
right.
to damage my
Yeah, it
eyes.
looks real bright.
All right, I got one. Whose turn is it?
My turn.
All right,
Me.
Kurt. We'll go with the more recent player.
All right.
Running back. Could have been Rookie of the Year this year if he would have stayed healthy. Brees Hall.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, for a second I was like, Jiminy Crickets, who could that be? And then I was thinking,
You know it.
oh yeah, it's Iowa State.
It is Iowa State. 3-2 Kurt. Jake, coming to you. Oh, I can give you a really tough one. I'm not going to.
You should.
Oh no, they're gonna get harder, boys. We're gonna go for a little
All right.
bit here. All right, we're gonna go with an old player on this one, but he's a legend. Wide receiver, Torrey Holt for Jake.
Levi, you know this?
Not strongly.
It's a Power 5 school.
Oh shit! I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna.
I'll
probably
give
gonna
both of
say
you guys a
Kurt
guess,
Warner.
and if you don't get it, then I'll give you their conference, and I'll give you one more guess.
All right.
Power 5. I'm thinking Midwest. Torrey Holt. I don't know who the fuck Torrey Holt went to. Torrey Holt.
If it helps, Jake, he played in the NFL.
Yeah, he played for the fucking St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm gonna guess SEC. I don't know. No, is it Big Ten?
I told you I'd give you the conference after you
It might
guess
be
one.
Big Ten. It might be Big Ten. Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I'm gonna go SEC. I'm gonna go LSU. I know
It is
it's
not
probably not
LSU.
right, but-
Kirk.
So originally I was thinking Ohio State because that,
That's
but
what
I
I
was thinking
thought.
of Marvin
Right,
Harrison and all this, but it isn't that. I think it might be Georgia.
It is not. And I'll give both you guys the conference. It is the ACC. Jake, you guys, you both get one more guess. Kirk is up 3-2.
It's not Clemson. Fucking Torrey Holt. ACC.
This is a tough one, man alive. Why is Torrey Holt Why does he get overlooked? I mean, he was a good player. But
He's
like,
in my
Hall
eyes,
of Famer.
Why do I know?
He's a
why
top
do
10
I know
receiver in
nothing
my
about
eyes.
him?
He really is.
Why do I know nothing about him though?
I know.
Like that's a shame.
Because we were growing up, we didn't give a shit who these guys came out of. We just cared about what they did in the NFL. ACC. I'm gonna go with Wake Forest. I don't know.
It is not Wake Forest. Kirch, to take a 2-point lead if you can pull this off.
I'm between two schools, and it's either Wake Forest or North Carolina State.
Well, that's what he just. That's what.
Whoops. All right. Well, so it's not them. What about? It's either Boston College or North Carolina State. I'm gonna go with North Carolina State.
It is North Carolina State. If you said Wake Forest, I would have died.
He did say it, dude. Fuck you.
All right, here we go. I think is it Kirch's turn too?
I think so.
All right, I'm gonna give you a Viking, Kirch, to see how you will know your Vikings history.
All right.
Greg Jennings.
Give him something he knows something about.
Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings, the best receiver in the league.
The hardest hitting safety in the league. Shannon Sharp.
I've got someone in mind for Greg Jennings. I don't think it's right, but I'm going to try Miami.
It is not.
Shit.
Jake.
I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
You don't know Greg Jennings.
Packers receiver, Vikings receiver.
He caught Brett Favre's
I thought somebody said safety.
record-breaking touchdown.
No.
I thought somebody said
yeah,
safety.
sorry.
I'm like, I don't know.
That was
Greg
a decoy.
Jennings safety.
No,
Okay.
Greg Jennings, wide receiver. Also played in the NFL.
Yeah, played for the Packers forever.
Ooh, I have an idea. I have an honorable mention after this. Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost Jake. So peace, Jake. I got one. All right, before we end it, I got one for you here, Kurt. Just see if you can get
it. He'll be back, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you one now, just for fun.
Is Greg Jennings Akron or something dumb?
You're in the right conference.
I'm getting warmer. Shit, I don't know though.
That's the right conference.
All right. Well, give me one for fun.
It's the same school that PJ Fleck went to a BCS, went to a New Year's Six Bowl with.
I don't know that. Shit.
Western Michigan.
Oh, okay. Is that the Chippewas?
No, that's Central Michigan.
Damn it, I'm close.
They're the Broncos.
This is hard. Like, I'm pulling real deep into my brain.
This is like my favorite game. I love it.
Yeah.
I have no one for you.
I still can't believe you got that Plaxico burst so quick.
I knew both of them pretty quick.
Yeah. The Dante Cole. I knew I couldn't let you try the Dante because you knew. Yeah.
I did it right in front of his face the first time. He had no idea.
I'm about to get your motherfucking bro alone. Yeah.
All right. I think his phone died or something, but
no, it'll be all right.
Another one for you.
Wide
receiver, Wes Welker.
Oh. I had something that he's I feel like he's an Eastern Coast guy, like Atlantic type region. No, well, then I'm not even close.
Right.
The thing I don't know why, but my mind was screaming Rhode Island, but that's probably not right.
It's a Big 12 school. I'll give you this. This is the last one. Then we'll just talk.
Texas Tech.
It is Texas Tech.
Oh, okay. Well, you helped me out, but that's not bad.
I'm texting Jake to see. I'm guessing his phone died.
No, that's no biggie.
But no, man. Let's talk about. I don't know. We can talk about the bikes, but hey, no. Thanks for hopping on, brother.
This was fun. I really enjoy this. Well, honestly, maybe who knows who the viewers are, but we'll give some context. Like the sports talk, the conversations, the trivia, like that goes back. Like we've been doing this shit since we were probably 8,
infants,
10. You know, it's like you know what I'm saying? Like just sports trivia. Like you have a long car ride, like that's how you pass the time. It's
absolutely,
just quiz and stuff. So it's like it's funny thinking back on that. Now that we're 25, 26 years old, like, I mean, it's like, why not?
Yeah. How many times do you sit around sitting around in someone's basement or something, just talking about old players and old things. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I think that also alludes to like just the value of sports. You know, some people just don't get it. They don't care, you know, if they didn't grow up that way. But like to you and me, it just hits different. You know, it's like we can always bond over a good game of football or a good drink or, you know, whatever.
Absolutely.
Is that Tennessee players or something? They're smoking them stones.
Yeah, it's Peyton Manning and that Jalen Hyatt after they beat Alabama.
What? You're a Bama fan. What's up with that? What's up with that, dog?
After Tennessee beat Bama, the background of our show was that for the whole show.
Okay. Like just to like put salt in the wound or what?
No, just for fun, just because I wore a Tennessee shirt. Who I know it's being dumb.
All right. Well, you're pretty good at that, but so am I. You're
well, you know, I got like every team in my closet. So
shout out Papa Pete,
for real.
Routine guest on the Fan Cave.
That's still the best thing ever is when he would get me for his Christmas presents and birthday presents for me. Was it to save money? He would just go to Costco or go to Sam's Club and buy every single college for $5 t-shirts.
Oh yeah, dude. But I mean, he had the right idea, right? If you pick every team to win, you can't lose.
Yeah, right. And if your team loses, you can take it off, put a new team on next week.
Yeah. It's like no one ever knew.
Absolutely, man.
All right,
I don't know if
brother.
Jake's coming back on here. Give him a call.
All right. Well, we might have to cut this off. It was a great conversation. We'll have to do this shit again for sure.
Yeah,
I need to start watching.
I always like to give people a 1 minute shout out. So, whatever you want to shout out, what do you got? Then we'll get out of here.
Who? I get a shout out?
Yeah, of course. You get 1 minute to talk about whatever you want. You talk about global warming for all I care.
No, I'm not too keen on global warming. You know what I am keen about is just everyone taking care of themselves. In a world that is challenging, trying, everyone has, you know, their own problems. I just want everyone to know that they can succeed. And sometimes you have to go through hardships to be the best person that you can be. And, you know, I just want to be truthful. Like right now, you know, they say that life is about the valleys and the peaks, right? Like right now I'm in a valley. I'm working hard to feel better and to be better. So I just want everyone to be encouraged to be the best person they can. And even if you're not where you want to be, just keep working hard and things will get better. That's what I want to say right now. And that's what's on my heart.
Heck yeah. Well, you heard it here first. The man, the myth right here. I'm getting the pointing ding down. I'm starting to figure it out a little bit after about forever of doing this. But no, I'm looking forward to it. Heck yeah. Go Yotes. And then, that's the show, boys. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Put down
like
in the comments how bad the Chargers are. I want to hear about it. Cards stay on after this, but peace.